everybody, it's me again. Hey, I'd really like some other people to come and help me review if you would love to. It's just come show up at 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. You get to read all your stuff early. You can tell all your friends that you know all the backstories. And plus, it's hard to read like 10 books a week. I need help. All right. First up this week from Aftershock. This is American Monster. Brian Azzarello. Writing, art, John Doe. Okay? That's so funny, that's Juan Doe. So, this is a really cool book, not for kids. When mysterious characters show up, it does a lot of flashing forward and back. Characters appears to have burns on his face enough to have it be all red. A lot of mystery in this. We don't really know his backstory, except for he gets angry when they assume he's a veteran, even though there's flashes in there. It looks like he probably is. So this is a great start. Everything that's come out of Aftershock so far has been worth a second look. Right. Number 2. Gorgeous book. Captain Marvel, Your Best Friend, Carol Danvers. Okay, so in this book, she has taken up the job of leading up Alpha Flight's space station. It's the first line of defense for Earth. And everyone keeps asking her why she's decided to take a desk job. But she's clearly decided that it's not a desk job, and she's already saved the Earth in the very first issue from a big meteor attack. Who sent those meteors? We don't find out. Alright. Now, this is cool. We've been waiting for this for a while. Thank you, Rick Remender, for this great book from Dynamite called Devolution. So the premise of this book is that in order to stop war, which is the biggest killer of all mankind and destruction of all the Earth, they give everybody an inoculation called BB-8, I think, that is supposed to take away the part of your brain that makes you have faith or believe in a deity, which is, I think, is the core of all war. And so there are some people that were inoculated from it that were military people, so they didn't do this. But the problem is that as a side effect of this, it didn't just de-evolve that part of their brain. It started to completely de-evolve them completely. So you've got Neanderthals running around the world of Earth, making really big troubles, and there's hardly any actual humans around. This is the main character. It's a really cool name. I'm not going to come up. I've read too many titles this week. It's Raja. Yeah. So she's really cool. She's a really awesome character. She's a toughie. She's everything you want in a strong female lead. So she's also determined to prove that God doesn't exist, but not because they dumbed it out of you. Alright, now Deadpool. This is not a number 1, this is a number 6, but this introduces Deadpool 2099. There's some other crazy character that's also in this book that you see only in cloak. But I think you'll really like it if you're a Deadpool fan. There's no actual, well, there's Deadpool in there. But he is imprisoned by this Deadpool, the woman one, who appears to be his daughter, although she doesn't want to hear that. And she's determined to find Deadpool's wife, so she has him in shackles. So, lots of cool stuff, great liners, and it's Deadpool with an old man beard and bunny slippers, so, but in a serious way. He's not very silly in this book. Alright. Now, this is an IDW title. This is one of those that has, it's called an anthology when you have more than one story in a book. So if it's not, correct me, that's fine. Amazing Forest. So this has got 4 stories. The last one's my least of the favorite of them, even though it's still good. It's about a birdwatcher, and it's kind of really heady. Like really, you feel like you're reading poetry. There's a cool one about this robot guy. It's a man who's been in his robot armor for so long he's afraid to come out. He buried himself underground because he was afraid his wife wouldn't be able to be around him anymore. So there's a twist in that. It's really cool. And there's 2 other stories in here I highly recommend. You will not be sad about that book, especially not at $3.99. It's good. All right, Poison Ivy, gorgeous art. Not just another Poison Ivy title, as far as I can tell. It's really good. This is going to be a 106 title. She is obviously working on collecting rare specimens of plant life for I think it's a museum she works for, or Arboretum, but she's also using them for her own purposes. Of course, she's doing a bunch of genetic experiments, including animal-plant crossovering, so some genetic stuff. And there's a murder in the book. Dun dun dun. So you'll have to read it to find out who. Alright, Silver Surfer, #1. Everywhere and this is anywhere and everywhere. Hang on. So, I don't ever read Silver Surfer. I'm not big into this character, but this is a really good book. Thank you, Dan Slott, for your good writing. So he's riding around a surfboard with a set of girls who are twins. And I don't know how they got together. Maybe it's a crossover from a different book. Maybe it's part of the Secret War stuff, but it doesn't really matter. It's a really pleasant book. And that part kind of is just like extra. They of course come up with this big green thing in the back is central to the story. Baddies are coming to get the Earth, and of course Silver Surfer steps in because the power cosmic. Alright, my favorite book of the week. Alright, don't pay attention to the fact that it's all bent up. My son had a little fit and decided he would take it out on my book. Shame on him. But like everything else out of Aftershock, we were in love with it, especially Super Zero. This is Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. Big fans. So, I don't know if you remember the last time we talked about this character. She is determined that she is going to become a superhero because she's having very vivid dreams that there are bad guys, aliens, coming to destroy Earth. And she believes she needs to get superpowers as fast as possible so she can defend it. So she has some crazy ideas about how to get there. The reason why she's got ant whites all over her is because her best friend is scared of spiders, so she can get spiders to bite her. So she's basically going through all the superheroes and trying to get random powers. She's a very, very funny character. She's super wanting to defend the Earth, and I don't think it's hard to tell whether what she's seeing and visioning is true or not. All right, and in the back of all of the Aftershock books this week, there is a cool little push for Strayer. It looks really cool. This dude fights Titans. It's a really intriguing setup and amazing art. So make sure you read the back of your Aftershock comics this week so you can see what's going on. All right, that's it. See you guys next week.